Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is October 2023 32 variant question number 11. We have, okay, I'm starting now. All of you get ready. So he said, first of all, what steps we need? First of all, we have, you know very well, step number one, separation of variables. Separation of variables. Okay. So number one step. Number two, we go for integration. Number third, we go for C value. Okay, and then finally we'll go for subject. And what we can say y in terms of x, so we have to make x subject. So I think very clear approach. So y subject. So there's a whole story, every question same planning. So first of all, and make sure dy and dx always in numerator, cannot be in denominator. So I'm starting dy over dx. So first I bring this y square on the right side. Done. Afterwards, okay, so cross multiply x to power 2 into dy is equals to negative, sorry, this is a y, not y square, okay, negative y square, I have taken negative common, y square plus y into dx. You see, dx and dy came in numerator. Now I'll shift. How to shift? This will go under it and this will go under it. So it means, so I can write it now 1 over y square plus y dy. And this goes under it. So I can say negative 1 over x square dx. Now you may ask question, why not negative shift left side? Because our subject is y and try to reduce the burden of extra variables, extra numbers and signs and shift on the right hand side. So this job is done. So first job is done, separation of the variables. Second job is integration. So I'm integrating both sides. But first of all, can I do directly? Not at all, because basic criteria, function down, derivative up, but derivative is not available up. Sometime, we can apply this formula. For example, 2x plus 1. If 2 available, we can say because function down, derivative up, and power is 1, we can say log of the function. This is applicable here, but in case we have a no derivative, then this rule is not applicable. Then we have only one choice left. Take y common and you got a y plus 1. So now it turned to be a partial fraction question. So I hope so clear. I'll call this equation as a number 1. So I'm assuming now this partial fraction. So let 1 over y times 2 y plus 1 is equals to a over first y plus b over second y plus 1. So multiply throughout. You have two choices here. Multiply whole equation with the left hand side denominator. I repeat my words. You have to multiply with the left hand side denominator. So I'm writing here y times 2 y plus 1. Okay. So when I multiply this fraction with this, it's totally cancel out and I get only 1. Okay, when I multiply this with this, so this y cancel, I get what? A times 2y plus 1. Same story by here. Or you can take LCM here, cross multiply, same story. Okay. Now, first of all, I will plug in this equal to 0. So y equal to 0 is the first part. So I'm replacing every y equal to 0. So y, this is 0. I got a 1 here, 0. So a value becomes, sorry, this become 2 because I'm replacing, yeah, this is 1. Okay. So let me check it once again. There's 1. Let me check once again. Okay, I replace 0, 0. Yes, all correct. Now I replace, first I plug in this equal to 0. Now I'm going to plug in this equal to 0. So when I plug in y plus 1 equal to 0, y is equals to minus 1. So I replace whole equation, replace every ay by minus 1. So when I replace minus 1, so minus 1 plus 1 give you 0. And when I plug in minus 1, so I get a negative b. So b value is, I'm getting here is a negative 1. So this is clear. I plug in both value back here. So, and then I plug in whole value in this fraction because is it same or not same? Same. So this value goes directly, I'm saying put in 1. So put in 1. So, and I'm writing 1 over y And because b value is negative, so this is a negative sign will come. Negative 1 over y plus 1 into dy is equals to negative 1 over x square dx. So alhamdulillah rabbil alamin, this format is very clear. Now we can do integrating both sides. Integrating both sides. Okay, integrating both sides like this. So here I got log of y and here I got log of y plus 1. You may ask what's the reason behind. Same criteria which I taught before. If function is available in denominator, its derivative available in numerator, and the power of function is 1. So answer is a log of function. Log of function. Okay, log of function. So check it. What is y derivative 1 available? So power is 1, so it means log of y. What is this derivative? Again 1, and power of the whole function is 1. So log of y plus 1. So I hope so this is clear. What about this? I am bound to bring it up. I am bound to bring it up. So x to power negative 2. And when I do integration for it, I get what? Increase the power by 1 divided by same and plus c. So I hope so this part is very clear. Now students, what to do further? Further, I will simplify and then I will plug in the limits. ln y minus ln y plus 1. And negative positive, I got a 1 over x plus c. Now I'll plug in the limit values. What level values given by him is x1, y1, x1, y1. So I'm put x1 and y1. So when I plug in here, ln1 is 0. When I plug in 1 here, 1 plus 1, 2, I got ln2. ln2. Okay. When I plug in here 1, so I get a 1 and plus c. So basically c value is becoming negative 1, negative ln2. I hope so up till here is part is clear. I'm going to plug in this value back in this equation. So what I'm getting for then afterwards, log of y minus log of y plus 1 is equals to 1 over x, and c value minus 1 minus log of 2. What is my ultimate target? If we check on top, we have to make y in terms of x. Okay, so let's try. And then what that later part will do, inshallah, too. Part number B. So first of all, now whenever we have to make y subject, so get rid of the logarithm. Here, negative sign in the middle, you know it very well. Log property, log of a minus log of b. When negative come in the middle, I can say log of a over b. So left hand side, I can say y over y plus 1. This is done. But problem is right hand side, this is a log, but I have to convert this both values in log form. How to convert it? So this is another criteria we have done many times. For example, this is a 3. We can write 3 into 1, and 1 we can replace by ln e, and 3 will go on the power. You know it very well. So it means basically whenever I want to convert any number in a log form, so that 3 will come in in the e power. So for example, I have a k. I can write log e to power k. Now what about this? This the whole thing will write the same story. We can write log e to power 1 by x, 1 by x minus 1. So there's a complete came in the power of e. And afterwards minus log of 2. Again negative comes, so this is the same property implements. So I can say this up and this down. So I'm writing now logarithm of y plus 1, y over y plus 1. And here I'm writing log of e to power 1 by x minus 1 by 2. And log cancel from both sides. But we have to make a y subject. Game is not finished yet. So I'm going to make it. So have a look, cross multiply. So when cross multiply, it goes there, it goes there. So I'm getting 2y is equals to y plus 1 multiply both 1 by 1. Y times to e to power 1 by x minus 1, and plus 1 multiply with the same thing. I get e to power 1 by x minus 1. So afterwards, this value I can bring it here. I get 2y minus y times to e to power 1 by x minus 1, and e to power 1 of x minus 1. What is common from here, students? Y common 2 minus e to power 1 by x minus 1 left behind. Same story here. And now this will go down, and we have done it. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. So e to power 1 by x minus 1 over 2 minus e to power 1 by x minus 1. So target is achieved, and he was saying make y subject. Let's go for the last part of the question. What he said, what happens to the value of the y when x tends to infinity? It means x approaches to infinity. Infinity, okay, so give exact form. So that's we have to work for it. So let's see how we can work for it. So infinity. So it means x approaches to infinity. So I'm going to plug in infinity. So e over 1 by infinity minus 1 over 2 minus e to power 1 by infinity minus 1. Basically, 1 over 0 is infinity. You know it very well. Something by 0 is infinity. If I bring 0 there, infinity down, I can say 1 over infinity is equals to 0. So we can see this is the same 1 infinity, this becomes a 0. So simply replace it. So e to power 0 minus 1, we got this one. And same story is here. So we have to reshuffle and get the answer. How to get it? This one, if I best technique is that we have a two ways, but I make it easy for you. Can I bring in denominator 1 by e? Yes, it is okay. Now, because e to power negative 1, and you know very well whenever negative power, if I bring in denominator, power become positive. So best way of attempting is to make a LCM up and down. So let's start. Up is LCM. We know down we have LCM. So 2e minus 1. And you know it very well. This will cancel out. And we got the answer finally. 1 over 2 minus 1. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. I hope so. The concept of the question is completely clear.